What's up? Got a Artisan Cutlery. Artisan, is it artisan or artisan? I don't know. Hey, it's here's what I can tell you. It's a 1816P CGF. You know what that is? I don't either. Yeah, let's get it out of the box. Ooh, out of the box and out of the bag. How about it? What do we got here? Ooh, look at this thing. Wow. 1816 D2 steel. Does this card tell us what it is? It says it's a 1816P. We are no closer to a name on this knife than when we struck out. Let's I'm gonna open up that blade so you can see it, and I'm gonna see if I can't find a name for the 1816P. How about it? Let's look at this blade. Something tells me it's gonna be pretty awesome. Yeah, look at this thing. Wow. Alright. Okay, well, hold on. That is quite the karambit right there, right? Look at this thing. I mean, wow. Pretty thick blade stock here, too. This lockup is pretty tight. Let me see if I can't find a name. Put a name to a face. Okay. This is the Artisan Cutlery 1816, and it's the Eagle, which totally makes sense, right? D2 stonewash blade, and then it's got this digital camo G10. Yep, liner lock. It's got pretty good action, back flipper only. The liner on that's kind of stiff, so I am going to make a reference of where I'm at and see how much tension's actually on this lock here. But it's pretty far out there. I mean, we're every bit of 50% now. There's a little bit of side-to-side wiggle in there. Let me check that side-to-side, see if I can check that. I mean, that's pretty tight. Yeah, I was able to tighten that out of there. Definitely affected the action, though. Let's take it apart. Got a little Loctite on the screw. T8 on the pivot and a bunch of T6s. There is a ton of tension on that lock. When I loosen that screw, I could feel it trying to push out. On them scales. That should looks like it come free now. Yep. Ooh, did that spring? Yeah, I mean, I think I can take a little off of that. That is a chunk of meat right there. There's no oil in here, so I'm not going to worry about having to wipe it down. But I do want to get the scale off so that I can take a little bit of tension out of that lock bar. Not a lot, just a little. Well, and there's some oily something there. We'll clean that up. Let me get a little bit of this. There we go, right there. I think I'm going to need some cleaner. Some of my magic ethanol. Yep. Yeah, that's just dried, old dried grease. It's that sticky kind of grease, you know, like transmission fluid. Look at his blade. Man, that's a beast. Whew. Formidable. It's a chunk. You know, I tell you, I'd be interested to see if they were able to, how sharp that blade is. It's awful thick stock. And it'd be interesting. The pivot's captured, but it's captured in the other scale. All right. Or not scale, the liner. Let's clean them bearings. Got a wet spot here. I'm going to dry that off. Get rid of it. All right, Chi. Something tells me this is going to run better. We'll see. I mean, if that's any indicator, I'm getting more confident by the second. Put a little bit on this path of this detent ball. Oop, I forgot to wipe this off. It's got that sticky icky on it. See it? Yuck. All right, had to step away real quick. That don't go in there. That is a pocket clip screw. That is not a pocket clip screw. Yeah, I'm confused with these screws now. Boy, it sure looks like a pocket clip screw. Looks just like the other one. Let's get these screws in. How about that? And got one more locked up right. Yeah, wonderful. Vast improvement. Yep. My lockup looks good. Oh yeah. All right, so I'm positive those are the pocket clip screws, but it looks like I'm missing one right there. So let me find that. Okay, found it. Not sure why, but that screw is not biting. It's got to be one of these other screws, that long one. It has to be. Got to be this one. Tiny little wiggle in there. Oh yeah, there was a little bit on that screw. There we go. Wonderful. All right, let's talk about this action. So it's still back flipper only, obviously. Running really hydraulic, very smooth now. And the tension on this lock bar is very functional. This is lowered, so easy access to the lock bar here. Pretty intuitive. Not a lot of tension on the thumb to get that over. The flipping action is, it's got a little bit of jimping here. It's not very aggressive, but very easy to deploy, not failable. Yeah, it runs good. I mean, I'm tempted to try now to get that with my, yeah, I can Spidey flick that out off of the blade. Thumb flick, yeah, I can do it. Yep, runs really well now, completely locked up. Ergonomics, I feel the pocket clip in here. It's a little hot in my hand. You know, bearing down with a hard grip. It's got some jimping on the spine. Nice platform for the thumb right here. Yep, good grip. You can choke up with this and get all the way up in here. Yep. Lots of options with this to cut off of that tip for sure. Nice needle of a tip. Let's check the pocket clip. Here we go. Not a lot of tension on there. Like that'll shake right out of the pocket for sure. Yep, I mean, it runs really well, but there's no tension on it. It's got about a little over 1/4 of an inch kind of poking up there. Definitely does not reveal the overall size and configuration of this knife. Like there's no way to know that all of that is up under that pocket clip, but I am going to adjust that clip. Time wise we're there, so let's use it as a teaching moment. I'm going to go ahead and pull these screws real quick. You know, adjusting these types of clips is pretty straightforward, pretty simple, not intimidating. You know, you do need a couple of things. You need a decent pair of pliers and a screwdriver and some kind of cloth to protect the clip when you put a bend on it. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it right here, get this cloth out of the way, and I want to pinch that together. See it? Just like that. I want to lessen that gap there, because the tighter I make that together, the tighter that clip is going to be in my pocket. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I've tweaked that down about as tight as I can get it. Now there is a cautionary tale putting these back in. I always want to put the back screw in first, because as you see, now that I put that bend in there, the front of the clip is raised up. Well, I don't want to put that screw in first, because A, it's taking all that tension on and it might not catch threads. Well, by putting the back one in, it sucks that down a little bit, so that front screw doesn't have to manage all of it. Doesn't have to manage all the tension all on its own, or the new distance, and possibly strip the thread. And we're done. Let's, ooh, that tension's tight now. Yeah, let's try it on the thick stuff. Yeah, wonderful. That's a dryer clip now on the thick pocket. What about standard jean size material? That's this material here. Yeah, again, very nice tension. It's going to hold it. If I go tumbling to the ground or whatever, when I was to reach back to find this knife, it would be where I left it. Yeah, good tension. All right, let's check it for safety. Wonder if we can make any blade contact. Yeah, so the tip's recessed, it's safe through the back, and the pocket clip's awesome. I am confident that I can handle this knife any way I want, as long as the blade is closed. If the blade's closed, the knife's safe to handle. Yeah, pretty cool. Well, moment of truth. Let's check that blade for sharpness. I mean, it's pretty good. Pretty sharp. Run through that paper pretty well. I want to feel it. I mean, it feels good. Feels plenty sharp. Very nice. And that tip is an absolute needle. Wonderful. Very cool. So, price and availability. This is the Artisan Cutlery Eagle. It's a 1816P D2 stone washed, steel liners, pretty fairly deep carry pocket clip, camo G10 Digi D10. Looks like these are going to be just under $55. I found them on Blade HQ. I did find a model on Amazon, so there's a couple of places that they're out there, and there looks to be just under $55 for them. Yep. So there it is, Artisan Cutlery. Appreciate y'all watching.